Sad stories stick in your earwax, staying nice and cosily close to your brain. Sad stories and earwax have a lot in common. They build momentum and harden over time, if not cleared out. They sit deep within a dark hole, and as you try persistently to excavate, they press themselves inwards, digging deeper, latching on leech-like and escaping the ghost of your grasping cotton tips. Yellow was once a sun-bright, happy colour, before sad stories and earwax came along like mildew, turning yellow, sour, stale and detestable. Shades of yellow seep into our stories, and shades of sad persist despite our dissonance, vivid and unwavering within the spectrum of experience. Yet, in our daily life, we don't often make room for sad stories. They happen only to other people while we cook, shit and clean, only to other me's while I convince myself I'm free. But we cannot run from sad stories, and oh, how beautifully we try. Go to an ice cream store, to a theme park, to a playground, or the Nimbin World Cup. It actually doesn't matter where you go. Sad stories will find you and follow you home. Sad stories live in the air we breathe. You will not see them coming. You do a positive pop psychology course for a pretty penny, say your affirmations with gusto and the beaming solace of morning sun. Drink your bubble tea, bursting with sweet sensory pleasures, and still sad stories will turn your pop into a lonely, leaking lull. And if you let it sizzle slowly across your larynx, even the word itself, sad, smack bang in the middle of it, right between s and d, is a meek, degrading So, my next poem is about when I was studying at university and was struggling with an eating disorder. So if that's a sensitive topic to you, please keep yourself safe and step out anytime you need. I also want to say this now because it's not explicit in the poem, but it is 100% possible to heal yourself and to get better. I didn't know that to be true at the time, and I actually never thought I would share my experience with another human being, let alone a room full of them. And I just really want to say thank you to everyone here for witnessing, and for the poetry community for holding this loving, supportive space where I can be vulnerable and take risks, so thank you. Also, this is a super weird poem, so if you're confused about how to react, whether to laugh or cry, well, me too, and you have my full permission to do both if you so please. Let's play, she says, with a teethy grin, and so I bite, and the game begins. The Queen offers me one humble apple. Strict orders only to be eaten after 10 a.m, so I'm trying to pretend I'm totally zen, while a ruckus rolls rampant in my abdomen. Let me introduce you to my hungry friend. His name is the Garble Garble Monster. He's this weird-looking hairy grub that roams my stomach like a thug, known to be a little reckless and embarrassingly vocal when neglected. He's wild and loud and never too proud to send a well-timed ricochet of gobble, gobble, gobble that shakes the acoustics of the lecture theatre, and I shrink and shrink and shrink. All eyes on me, my cheeks flush pink. But I've got a trick for that cheeky prick, an occasional flick of a mint quiets him quick. And so the real test begins. Pen to paper, like whip to mind. How long can I stay between these lines? Abstain, abstain, abstain. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Abstain, abstain, abstain. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Abstain, abstain. I break. The monster won't stop fantasizing about the lolly shop. Hot chips, choc chip, or a caramel choc fudge. I've got a cog psych class in 10 minutes and he just won't budge. Then all clear the room. Control queen cuts in stage left, known to storm in when the monster gets desperate. She's egocentric and merciless, stubborn and seductive. It's endless, relentless mind tricks with this pestering temptress. She assures me to count my calories and cut the consumption, alluring promises of a waistline reduction. Don't waste time on nutrition, you have an aesthetic to feed. She reminds me of my duties to Her Majesty Supreme. No muffin tops over jeans, skip the muffins, hold the cream, no thick white thighs with my daily caffeine. Just a watery long black, no sugar please. Her paradoxical mantra is odd, but the Stockholm Syndrome kicks off. I've been starved of common sense so long, I'm starting to believe if I shrink a little more, I might finally be seen. Maybe even meet the love of my dreams. So the control queen, she's convincing indeed, knows how to bend me, break me down to my knees. But the monster's deprived and determined to win. The queen's logic is no match to his impulsive whims. So I avoid her gaze and swallow my shame. I have to give in. Just one tin of spring water tuna, I plead. Calorie count check at the packaged goods aisle. Velma scurries over to review the food. Carbs, sugars, proteins, no oils used. 71 has been approved. Here's your napkin and spoon. Have a plentiful afternoon. A whirlwind romance ensues of salty biochemical activation. After the queen's deprivation, my taste buds dance with celebration. One mouthful in and I'm planning a destination wedding. I want to hold tuna close to me, whisper sweet I do's, then bathe in a can of tuna for our honeymoon. But it's not a second too soon that reality hits. It's me who's been consumed. I don't even like tuna, or long blacks or apples for that matter. And the game begins again.